Start over. So anyways, the reason so I told them quite a bit about me before. So who we have with us is I call him the Czech national hero. Background quickly is that Mirek and I met back in 2001. Actually, I don't know that I met you right away.
The reason is that I survived almost 50 years in this country, because this country is a country of many changes. And we are all occupied. I will tell you later. So then it's not a reason I'm not everybody's hero who lives here.
So this is the whole context to how I met you, but that, that doesn't matter. So anyway, so I met Mirek and we've had a great relationship since, and as a result, my partner and I live here, and we're having a great time. And so, let me now just move on. So, Mirek Jungr was born in the Czech Republic, and so what I'd like to do, just as a format, is just to kind of ask him some questions to kind of prompt the discussion, but also open it up to you guys if you have other questions along the way. One thing I have found by spending the last 4 years now, 4 years plus, is we drink a lot of beer together, as appropriate when in Rome, and
we learned a few English words from me and a few Czech words from you.
I have a few Czech words, velký pivo, certainly, we start with the good ones. His son taught me one of the first words. He called me a schmola. That's Smurf. His Czech words were like very sweet. He was like 8 at the time. So, but anyway, so let's start off by, because we only have so much time. I was thinking maybe about an hour or so. But so you're born 1942. So what's going on in 42 that you can remember?
So then I was born in the World War II, and everything went wrong since this time. And when I'm born, everything went wrong. Because we were occupied by Nazi Germany in 1942. Since 1939 until 1945, we had a 6 years German occupation, or so-called protectorate. Protectorate, it means colony of Germany. So 6 years was a long time for us. For me, it was not such a big trouble because I was a baby, but for my parents. And then was the end of the war, and Russia came to liberate us, because Europe was divided into spheres, two parts, on the Alta Conference by Stalin and Roosevelt, and unfortunately we belonged to Russian part. So then we were liberated by Russians, but we were happy because we didn't know that they came. We supposed that they came to liberate us, but they came to occupy us. So second occupation was much longer than German occupation. It took 40 years. So I met not to marry childhood as most of my colleagues.
Tell us a little bit about your so you're from your family has a meat processing sausage plant in Kladno.
The father had a factory, small factory. He made the salami, sausages, and so on. He has about 50 employees. And
at this time, it was big business.
He was big business. He was well famous in this part of the country, and he was quite popular to his employees because he was somebody like enthusiast, somebody who tried to help to workers to live well, and workers loved him.
And this is at the time, during the German occupation, what were the conditions like, and if you could contrast maybe the German occupation versus then when the Russians came in and decided to start to develop this concept of communism.
Yes, so then war finished in 1945, May 45, and then came liberated us, and we suppose that they will go back to Russia. But they brought the KGB, secret police, and they prepared revolution. And in the year 1948 was revolution, so communist revolution was, and since this time we were colonial Russia.
And how do they do this? KGB. I mean, we read all these things in the United States about these, big, bad, mean guys. And what does that mean? What's real about that? What do you experience when you hear or see?
So the secret police, as the name says, was really secret. You didn't know who is who. Naturally, the Russian secret policeman tried to get allies, get somebody from Czech Republic, and they renegades. And actually, they were successful because in every country is a part of people they do something like this. They are betrayer. If you don't understand me, because I speak Czech English, you speak American English. So if you will not understand me, please interrupt me, and I will try to find better models.
Okay.
So then they found enough renegades and Czech renegades, and then these Czech renegades did the bad work, they did dirty work for them. And it was between the year 1948 and 1968 was the first period of communism in this country. And it was really severe.
What are you doing at this time? You're a kid in school.
I was a kid in school.
What's that like?
When I was 14, my father went to prison. In this time was in the country about 200,000 political prisoners. Can you imagine? 10 million country had 200,000 political prisoners. And my father was one of them. He didn't do something special against the system, against communists. He was just potentially suspicious. It means they knew that he doesn't like them. He doesn't like the communists because the first what the communists did, they stole his factory. And as many others. So then so then he went to the prison for 10 years. 10 years was not very mild punishment for political prisoners, because political prisoners went to prison for 15 and more years and finished by execution. So then my father went just for 10 years. It was good luck for all the family.
And at this time, excuse me for interrupting, you have two kind of groups of people who are political prisoners. You have, I guess your father, who describes